Whenever the evil forces began to rule the world and Dharma started to decline, Vishnu, the great preserver, descended on the earth in different forms to rescue mankind from evil and to re-establish Dharma. Vishnu is said to have taken 10 prime incarnations, known as the Dashavatars. Some of these forms are cosmic in nature, while some are based on historical events. It is interesting to note the evolution of these incarnations from lower to higher forms of life and their reflection on the history of the evolution of mankind. In this video, I am going to cover the story of all the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu in brief. For the complete story on each incarnation, do subscribe my channel and stay tuned for the upcoming videos in the coming weeks. In his first incarnation, Vishnu has the lower part of his body like that of a fish and the upper part like that of a man. This incarnation is known as the Matsya Avatar. Vishnu turned into a fish so as to be able to tow a ship in which Manu, the progenitor of the new human race, had taken refuge from a devastating flood. The same story is found in the Mahabharata, where the fish is described as having a horn. In the Bhagavad Puran, the story is further elaborated by the addition of a fight between Matsya and the demon Haigriva, who had stolen the Vedas when Brahma was asleep. Vishnu in his second incarnation is in the form of half man, half tortoise, Kurma Avatar, the lower half being the tortoise. When the gods were in danger of losing their authority over the demons, Vishnu advised them to churn the ocean so that they might procure Amrit, which would make them strong and immortal. He became a tortoise on which the mountain Mandar rested, which was used as the Mathani, that is the churning stick, during the Samudra Manthan. Vara, the boar incarnation, is the third incarnation of Vishnu. Vishnu turned himself into a boar and descended to the bottom of the ocean to rescue the earth, which had been abducted and hidden there by a demon, Hiranyaksha. After a long struggle, Vishnu slew the demon, rescued the earth and brought it to the surface and made it ready to support life by modeling the mountains and shaping the continents. As a younger brother of Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu wanted revenge on Vishnu and his followers. He undertook many years of austere penance to take revenge on Vishnu for the death of his brother. Brahma thus offers the demon a boon and Hiranyakashipu asks for immortality. Brahma tells him that it was not possible, but that he could bind the death of Hiranyakashipu with conditions. Hiranyakashipu asked that he should not be killed by man or animal, inside or outside, day or night, on earth or the stars, with a weapon, either living or inanimate. Vishnu descended as an anthropomorphic incarnation, with the body of a man and head and claws of a lion. He then disembowels the demon at the courtyard threshold of his house at dusk with his claws while he lay on his thighs. The fifth incarnation of Vishnu is usually represented as a dwarf, Vaman, holding a water pot in one hand and an umbrella in the other. The fourth descendant of Hiranyakashipu, Bali, with devotion and penance, was able to defeat Indra. Bali's rule was so successful that his reputation began to overshadow that of Indra, who was obliged to seek Vishnu's help in order to regain his supremacy. During a yagya of the king, Vaman approached him and Bali promised him for whatever he asked. Vaman asked for 3 paces of land. Bali agreed and the dwarf then changed his size to that of a giant. He stepped over heaven in his first stride and the nether world with the second. Bali realized that Vaman was Vishnu incarnate. In deference, the king offered his head as the 3rd pace for Vaman to place his foot. The avatar did so and thus granted Bali immortality. The 6th incarnation of Lord Vishnu is Parshuram. In his form as Parshuram, Vishnu appears as a priest, Brahman, who comes to the world to kill the tyrant Kshatriyas and protect humanity from danger. He appears in the form of a man carrying an axe which was given to him by Lord Shiva. Parshuram is sometimes referred to as Rama with an axe. The prince and king of Ayodhya, Rama's life and journey is one of adherence to Dharma, despite harsh tests and obstacles and many pains of life and time. He is pictured as the ideal man and the perfect human. For the sake of his father's honor, Ram abandons his claim to Ayodhya's throne to serve an exile of 14 years in the forest. While in exile from his own kingdom with his brother Lakshman, his wife Sita was abducted by the demon king of Lanka, Ravan. He killed the demon king, traveled to Ashok Vatika in Lanka and saved Sita. Fundamental figure from another Hindu epic, Mahabharata. Lord Vishnu's incarnation as Lord Krishna in the Dwapara Yuga was for two significant events. In the first, Lord Krishna defeated his evil maternal uncle Kans, and in the second half he was the mentor of the Pandavas during the battle of Kurukshetra. Buddha, an enlightened man, reiterated the importance of self-realization and self-effort in realizing oneself. He was responsible for changing the course of Hinduism towards the philosophy of liberation, away from the philosophy of heaven and hell. He was the founder of Buddhism and is generally included as an avatar of Vishnu in Hinduism. Kalki, the future and the last incarnation of Vishnu, will appear at the end of the present age, Kali Yuga, when moral excellence would no longer exist. The rule of law would disappear and all that left would be darkness. Kalki would then ride forth on a horse blazing like a comet and save mankind and re-establish dharma or righteousness. Kalki would usher in the golden age a new era of purity and peace and then return to heaven. In some texts, Kalki is described as riding a white horse and holding a flaming sword. In others, he is described as being four-armed, holding a sword, a conch shell, a wheel, and an arrow. In still others, he is described as a horse-headed man carrying a club instead of an arrow.